What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammers Fantasy Battle Reports. Got another battle report for you today. It's the road to Novi Sad, number 9. Guys, it's the ESC round number 5. Guys, I'm going to give you this whole Road to Novi Sad series. I've been giving you this whole Road to Novi Sad series, even though I'm in Novi Sad. Basically, it's every game that I played in Serbia up to ETC. So I have one more game. You're going to get one more Road to Novi Sad video. Basically what it is, it's a game against Paul next. But this one right here is against Mr. Sigborn. Now, I'm butchering his name. This is a picture of Sigborn. He's from Norway. He's their Warriors of the Dark Gods player. And this is going to be a very fun game. It's a very interesting game. Let's go over his list really quick. So basically, we'll start off with a unit of dogs. He has a unit of dogs here. He has 2 units of dogs, should I say. He has 2 units of Feldrax. Now, these Feldrax do have Banner of Speed, which just makes these motherfuckers terrifying. They're like movement 8 or 9. They're so fucking fast. It scares the shit out of me how strong and fast they are. He has a Warrior Chariot. He has a, I know it looks like Marauder Horseman in the background, but basically that's just a brick of like 20 Barbarians. Then he has another brick of like 31 barbarians. I do have his list somewhere here. Not that page. Here we go, this page. So basically the barbarians just have spears and shields, Banner of Speed. The other unit just has shields. Alright. He has his... Let me go back to these pictures. Right here, this on the bottom, that's his wizard, his sorcerer. His sorcerer has Path of Occultism, Plate Armor, Ledger of Souls, Binding Scroll, Wizard Master, and Bale Walker. His lord, which is right above it, is a Chosen Lord, Favor of Envy, General War Dias, Burning Potent, Dusk Forge, Dragonfire Gem, and Idol of Spite. There's one more chariot. That chariot is his Sorcerer of Alchemy, Paired Weapons, Plate Armor, Hero's Heart, Basalt Infusion, Rod of Battle, and Wizard Adept. Alright, as you can see, this is how he deployed. Unfortunately, he got to deploy everything first, so he's going to take first turn. I was really hoping to take first turn on this match, because it's a he's a close combat army. I need another round of shooting him, basically, before I get into combat. Now, I want to say it was marching columns. From right to left. Okay, so I started with the dogs to see where he started deploying stuff. I dropped the squigs, I dropped the goblins, and then I saw he basically after that just dropped everything. It is breakthrough. All right, so what I ended up doing was I watched where he deployed the rest of his stuff, obviously, and I tried to counter deploy. And what I tried to do was try to do a left flank strong. So that way I have the spider, the savages, the black orcs all on the left side. They should be able to kill off the Feldrax and the chariot and the dogs, no problem, on the left side, and then basically get into the flanks on the stuff on the right side. We should see like a swirl, like a toilet bowl swirl here going on towards that fucking pond. But I'm gonna be honest with you, my strategy doesn't necessarily go the way I hope it goes. And just be honest with you. I have the 2 spear chuckers. One's on the hill, one's on the right side of the house. My thought process was this simple. I put the spear chucker on the right side of the house. If he goes for it, that's on him. He's wasting time to go over there, and it's 90-point spear chucker. If he doesn't go for it, I'm going to be shooting shit the whole goddamn time. So we'll see how that goes. Basically, like I said, it's breakthrough. Let's go to turn 1. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It was actually kind of interesting to play 2 guys from Norway with Warriors armies, but at the same time, it's actually pretty interesting because I got to play. I think I played like half the team already on either Universal Battle or at ESC. So I kind of have a good idea of what I'm going to do against some of them and who's probably my better matches and who's my worst matches. So that's going to be a good thing here that I get a game against Sigborn here. And basically what I see from him here will be able to translate if I get to play him in the first round, because we're playing Norway first round for ETC. So anyways, let's go over this. Vanguards, I go ahead and move the dogs up. And let's go into turn 1. Warriors of the Norway gods, the Norse gods. Turn 1. Alright, so he's going to move up pretty damn fast with damn Feldrax and his dogs. I don't think his dogs got in my way right away. Let's see. No, they stayed back. He contemplated doing that 24-inch march. But as you can see, this is how he moved right here. Chariot's moving up. Feldrax moving up. Everybody else on the left side is kind of just chilling back. Magic, he gets a 4 on the flux. Goes ahead, he does a pentagram of pain onto the dogs. Let it go through. And he only kills off 1 dog. He goes ahead and he does Rot Within onto my Black Orcs. Now, this really did hurt. I didn't think he had range. I read the freaking card. I asked him, let me see your magic, and you see it says range 18. He said he boosted it, which I didn't know the boosted gets a further range, so I didn't think it was going to hit my Black Orcs, which it did. That's my own problem. Let's go to turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, sure, 1. I go ahead and move my dogs right here. I figure they're going to get dive from the magic missile soon anyway, so I might as well chaff his Feldrax, slow his ass down, and basically go from there. As you can see, this is how it looks. My spider moves up on the left side. Savages move up on the left side. I'm not too worried about the Feldrax at the moment. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move my Goblins close enough to get all my magic and bow shots into those damn dogs on the left side, cause a panic. That way he has nothing to chaff my savages on this side, right? As you can see, my squigs, I'm not falling for the flank trick again, even though I am exposing my flank to the Feldrax, but I think that's too far. And then my K-Pack actually sits back because I don't want to get too close to his Feldrax. If his Feldrax going to the Black Orcs, that's on him. And I did angle it correctly this time, where the Black Orcs are watching the flank for the Savages, and the Savages are watching the flank of the Black Orcs. Magic, go ahead and I do an Enveloping Embers here. Kill off 3 dogs. He passes his panic check. God damn it. Alright, gotta close that off really quick. Over here, gonna go ahead and shoot into his dogs. I end up doing a couple more wounds. I go ahead and I shoot into his... Oh, no. I think the magic, I did the 3 with the Enveloping Embers. I did the D3, I did 3 more, so he only has the 2 dogs left. I don't have much in range to shoot him, so I shoot him here with the Goblins into the Feldrax, because everybody has a clean shot here. End up doing 2 wounds. Go ahead and I shoot here with the K-Pack into his Barbarians, kill off 2 Barbarians. Go here, shoot into the squad, into the Barbarians, kill off a couple more, like 3 more. And it's going to start off his turn. Warriors of the Norse Gods, turn 2. Warriors of the Norse Gods, turn 2. He's going to go ahead and charge into my dogs here with his chariot. Of course he is. He's going to move his dogs here as chaff into my squigs. Okay. I mean, there's not much I can do about that at the moment. Magic, he gets a 3 on the flux, goes ahead, and as you can see, this is actually his end of his movement phase. He did go for the Spear Chucker on the right side. I think my Spear Chucker actually shot 1 wound into his Feldrax on the right, and he was just like, fuck it, I'll go ahead and kill it. His Lord on the on the War Dais walks out of the unit to chaff my K-Pack, right? So that's a really interesting turn of events there. Let's go to Magic. He goes in and he does Hellfire onto the K-Pack, only does 2 wounds. This guy kills the dogs. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I'm going to show you this picture again. This is the picture of his end of his movement phase before my dogs died. He basically had it where his general is chaffing my K-Pack from charging his Feldrax or his Barbarians, right? So squigs clear out the dogs, right? If I hit them, I'll kill them, whatever, right? My general's unit's chaffed by those other 2 dogs, right? So I can't charge this Feldrax straight up. So instead, what I see is this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you guys a 3-second warning. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna call it the WOG! I'm gonna charge. Now, I charged the chariots into his Feldrax. He's like, dude, I just checked it. I chaffed you. And I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna charge my Black Orcs into the dogs, which wheels a little bit, opens up that space. The K-Pack should go in, boom, right in there. I need a 7 on Swift Stride with the WOG. I need a 7 to get in. So I charge Black Orcs in, charge the squigs in. This should be great. Even if the K-Pack dies, they should fucking neuter that unit. They should fucking neuter that unit, right? I fail the fucking charge. I roll like a 6. Son of a bitch. Savages walk up to face the Feldrax. They said, fuck it. Spider walks all the way to the flank, which is just a beautiful spot for the Spider. Beautiful. Love it. I love it. She's in the best spot possible. Koopa, you fat fuck. Alright. Magic, go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. I end up doing a couple wounds onto the Feldrax, which I did reroll the wounds to burn them, by the way. Go ahead and kill off a couple more Barbarians. Does a couple wounds here. Let's go into a Pyroclastic Flow. Ends up killing off one of the Feldrax. Hell yeah. And people are like, what the hell, you know? Pyromancy against Feldrax? Hell yeah! Like I said in the other battle report where I fought frickin' Lars, I should have took Pyromancy. It does wounds. It doesn't do many wounds, but it does wounds. Over here, Spear Chucker, bah, shoots and kills one of the Feldrax. Over here, the squad's going to continue shooting into the Barbarians, killing off more Barbarians. Over here, the Commandos start putting in a couple more wounds onto the Feldrax. Feldrax are dying. That's awesome. And that's how the table looks at the end of my turn. Obviously, I killed off all the dogs with both the Squigs and the Black Orcs. I left it so everybody's in a toilet bowl position, to cover each other's asses. Alright? If he charges in anywhere, as long as I can hold steadfast, I should be able to countercharge with somebody, right? Well, let's start off his turn. Turn 2, Warriors of the Norse Gods. Warriors of the Norse Gods. Turn 3 should be. Turn 3, Warriors of the Norse Gods. Or is it turn 2? He started, didn't he? Should be turn 3. Alright. He's going to charge here into my freaking Spear Chucka. Okay. He's going to charge here with my with his chariot and his general into the squigs and the barbarians. I take it back. His general charges my goblins. I think he charged my chariots first, which I had to flee, of course. That's what happened. There you go. This picture's better. This picture's better. His Feldrax charged the chariots. I fled. His general charges the goblins, which he's going to be able to touch the tip of it, and it'll be a front charge. And then his barbarians and his wizard are going to charge the squigs. Okay. His Feldrax redirect into the savages, which that's kind of what I was hoping for. And his chariot's going to charge into the savages, which, okay, that's going to happen. Everybody gets in. Boom! Like so. Okay, that's how the table looks. These guys are in. These guys are in. Let's go to Magic. Magic gets a 5 on the flux. And it goes ahead. He does a Hellfire onto my squigs. Kills off a couple squigs. Over here, close combat. Squigs just eat the fuck. Okay, first off, I'm like the wizards in there, the freaking occultism wizard. So I'm just gonna do all my attacks that I can into him, and I kill him exactly. Holy shit. Love you, squigs. They go ahead and they kill off like 8 barbarians. The barbarians go back and they kill off however many squigs it was. They're gonna win. They have a charge banner, ranks, all that shit, and killed off a bunch of my squigs. Even though I did 8 wounds, it's not enough. Squigs are gonna blow up. So they blow up, and he's gonna overrun into my goblins with just his chariot lord. Okay, that sucks. Over there, he just reforms his barbarians to face my black orcs, and then over here, close combat, he just wipes out pretty much almost all my goblins. But my goblins do hold steadfast, and it's gonna start off my turn. Orcs and goblins turn 3, and as you can see, my Spirit Chakra didn't make it. All right, Orcs and goblins turn 3. Orcs and goblins turn 3. I'm gonna charge my Iron Legion into his barbarians, figuring I could overrun into his alchemist right there. He flees, which is brilliant by him. He needed to flee. It lets me redirect, but it's too far. I can't see his freaking his general. I could see the chariot, but it's just too far, and I fail that charge. Over here, sorry, we had combat up here. I don't know why I don't have a picture of the combat, but he killed off 2 ranks of my savages. I ended up killing off 2 of his Feldrax. I'm going to hold steadfast, right? So I'm going to charge Koopa's fat fuck into the flank of his chariot. Okay, this becomes a question later on. If you guys watch my other videos where I talk to Darko, you'll understand the question on this one before it happens. But I get in here. Okay, great. Basically that's how the table looks. My goblins start moving around the flank and there's nothing really to shoot with the goblins at this moment. So all I could really do is buff, like rerolls to hit and flaming swords maybe, but flaming swords is gonna kind of fuck me actually. Alright. That's how it looks. That's how it looks. Magic go ahead and do a cascading fire here. Ends up doing 2 wounds onto the freaking Feldrax. That's pretty cool. Now let's go over the question. This is the picture. I'm going back to this picture here. Alright. So it's gonna be close combat. It's my turn, right? What happens here, and this is the question, Darko was right there. Darko was sitting at my table watching our game, and Darko's one of the referees, and I go, Darko, I have a question. Say Koopa destroys this chariot. I understand Koopa cannot overrun till the end of the whole combat, but say my savages die to his Feldrax, okay? Do I overrun into his Feldrax first, or do my savages run away first? It's a very serious question. And he goes, did you look at the rule book? I said, no, man, you're right here. I'm asking you. And he's like, well, you know what? You're going to get a yellow card. I go, what the fuck, Darko? He goes, you're going to get a yellow card because I don't want to look this shit up. So he tells me, fuck you. And then I was like, well, fuck you too. And he goes, he didn't give me a yellow card. He was just joking. But, basically, what it comes down to is if Koopa wipes out the chariot and he kills enough savages for the savages to run, it's up to the player whose turn it is to decide who overruns first. And obviously the answer would be me if I wanted to do it. Well, got all that out of the way. Guess what happens? Koopa fucking whiffs. I did 1 wound onto that chariot. Honestly, Koopa did the 1 wound. Spider did like 5 wounds, and he fucking armor saved them all. And yeah, that's it. He's gonna punk my savages. My savages, I believe, actually stick on like a double 1 or something stupid. And obviously, I did 3 wounds onto his Feldrax. I don't even know how that's possible. He killed a lot more. I thought they ran. They stick. They obviously stuck. All right, let's go into turn 4. Warriors of the Norse Gods. Warriors of the Norse Gods turn 4. He obviously killed my goblins. He failed to restrain with his general, so his general ran this way. His alchemist charges my chariot to force them off the table, and then he stumbles forward like so. He moves his general on the flank there, and basically he started moving his Feldrax back around, and the barbarians failed to rally. All right. Magic, he got a 6 on the flux, goes ahead, and I don't know what he did. I don't think he has much there, but that's how it looks. Over your close combat, fucking Koopa finally killed this bastard, but now I can't overrun into these fuckers. I don't think it mattered, though. It mattered a little. It mattered a little. I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of does matter big, actually. He's going to kill my savages, but we're both stuck there. It's going to start off my turn looking at him like this. It's going to be Orcs and Goblins, turn 4. And I think this number's wrong. You'll probably see the right number on the bottom. I'm going to charge Koopa in. Of course I am. And he looks at it and he goes, yeah, I'm just going to flee. So he flees right in front of my fucking Black Orcs. God damn it. So I charge him with the Black Orcs because I really wanted to get into that chariot. I actually had line of sight to that chariot, but now these guys are in my way, right? So he flees, and he only flees like 2 inches in front of my Black Orcs. So now my Black Orcs kill the fucking Feldrax, but I can't get to his fucking lord, his fucking chariot lord. That sucks. Magic got a 3 on the flux. Doesn't even nothing really happens. Spear Chucker's gonna just shoot into his general. Whack! Oh, 2 wounds. 2 wounds. Oh, good job, Spear Chucker. All right, let's go start off his turn. Warriors of the Norse Gods turn 5. Warriors of the Norse Gods turn 5. He charges here into my general, which I'm like, or into my Black Orcs, which I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, right? Then he charges these guys into my Black Orcs. I was like, shit, I forgot these guys were moving on up. And this is the position I put myself in after capturing his fucking Feldrax. So he gets in like so. Boom! All right, this is going to hurt. Oh, this is going to hurt. All right. Magic, he got a 2 on the flux. Doesn't really matter. He made myself flammable, and I think he gave his guys flaming rerolls to wound. I had to stop something else, though. And I didn't care if he had rerolls to wound because he was already wounding me on 1s with that unit, right? So, here's what happens, okay? Is he... Obviously, you see I have 2 dead units of Black Orc, or 2 rows of Black Orcs dead. I turn off his Burning Potent, okay? I challenge with my general. He accepts with his Feldrax champion. Okay. Now, I went with my unit hand weapon shield to negate a lot of his attacks. The goblins actually were doing really well negating his general's attacks with parry. So I figured I could negate half of his attacks with parry on the general. Well, coincidentally, he hit every 4-up period, so he kills off a bunch. His Feldrax fucked me up, and I think I did like 1 wound onto the Feldrax, and I couldn't even wound his general. This was a learning experience. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, because sometimes I'm playing games on Universal Battle, and Phil Carl tells me to take hand weapon shield, so I do, and it keeps me alive longer. My whole goal here was to try to keep myself alive long enough for the spider to come and help rescue the day, right? For Koopa to do that. What I should have done was turn off his Dusk Forged and just go Great Weapons. His general only has 2 wounds left, right? But at that point, he challenges with the general. His general's touching my general regardless. So I think I had to turn off Birdie Potent. But this is the more important part, is the next combat phase. Turn 5, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 5. I moved the spider around because the spider was not in a good position to charge him. And even this right here, I should have known that my unit was about to die. That's simple. I should have just known my unit was about to die. Alright, Magic got a 5 on the flux, goes ahead. This is his turn still? My turn? I don't even know. Nothing really happens. Yeah, nothing really happens. Close combat happens. he kills the units. My general does kill his champion, okay? And that was the other problem. Excuse me. That was the other problem. Was I challenged my general. I go into that combat and I did like 3 wounds onto his champ. Champ has 4 wounds, okay? I'm hitting him on 3s or 2s. I think I'm hitting him on 2s, wounding him on 2s, and I only did 3 wounds. So I couldn't kill the guy, right? But not only does that cause a problem, I only did like 2 wounds in the challenge the next turn, and he kills my unit, so he has like 8 and a banner, and there's a shy ambulance. So my unit runs, he overruns to chase my general, gets my general, and gets into the bunker, and basically that's where it is. It's going to start off his last turn, and he's just going to charge in with his chariot, and I said, there's no point, dude, it's over. It's over. Your fucking Feldrax are there, your general's there, I can't do shit. I did do 1 more wound onto his general, but at the same time, like I said, I really should have just done the great weapons and killed his general. He might have killed my general. That would have been fine. I think it would have been a fair trade-off because his general's worth just a tad bit more than mine. His is worth 840, where mine is worth 660. So yeah, I think that would have been a better trade-off. But it didn't get there. It didn't get there. That sucks. This is the worst loss I had in my whole European trip. This is the worst loss, and it was the last game of ESC, so it puts me at a really bad spot on the rankings. But I don't take it to heart. I take it as a learning experience. I take it as a learning experience about my Black Orcs, how I was trying to hope that they had better survivability, which they didn't. Especially against stuff that's like strength 6 and shit. You know, I'm like, at that point, I just gotta assume, I don't think I made a single armor save to begin with. So at that point, I think I just had to go with more fighty outcome, like either extra hand weapons or great weapons in that case. And I think that it would have made a bigger difference. Like I said, it's just a learning experience. The other thing too was where I put my spider on that turn. I could have just easily protected my goblins and have him fight the spider, and I don't really care because then I challenge out if he fights with the general, and I have a good chance of doing that 1 wound on his general. But overall, like I said, it was a learning experience. Now the game before this one, Leggy came up to me and he's like, they want you to put your army on display so for best painted. I said, okay. So there's a whole bunch of tables. They were putting votes in on who's best painted. Well, guess what, guys? After this game, they're coming up to me. I'm putting my army away, and Leggy's like, you got to go on stage. I go, what? They're like, yeah, you got to go on stage. They need you on stage. I go on stage. I won fucking best painted at ESC. Holy shit! That was fucking awesome. Here's a picture of my trophy at home. The plaque at home. I also have a little trophy with a goblin on it. You'll see it. I actually use it as a chariot for the next couple of games. But that was fun. I was the only player in ESC who has won a trophy that wasn't Spaniard, because this is the rest of the winners, rank 1, 2, and 3 of ESC. We're all Spain. Oh, man. Anyways, I only got like 5 minutes left, so I'm going to try to rush this through real quick. MVP of this game? Let's see what the points say, because I know who's not the MVP, I'll tell you that much. MVP of this game is actually the Squigs. The Squigs kill his wizard, which took a lot of points. But yeah, it was a brutal game. It was a pretty big loss for me. Spirit Truckers did good. They were solid. My Black Orcs actually did okay. They did wounds. Baxter did okay. He didn't get as good of points as he normally would against a very flammable army, but whatever. The Foot Clan did decent. Koopa let me down. Koopa let me down on that game pretty big. The K-Pack let me down on that game pretty big. And the squad did what the squad does. Anyways, like I said, I have one more game against Paul. It's probably one of the most crucial Road to Novi Sad games because it's the last one. But not only that, but you'll see why when I get into that game, into that battle report. It changes my mentality on these games. And also, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the only time I play Sigborn. I don't play him in the ETC because I end up playing their Beast Hertz player, Tim. Anyways, I'll get to that game when we get there. So yeah, that's a sneak peek. You got Paul next from Switzerland, and then I got Tim from Norway, round 1 in ETC. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy this. I enjoyed making it. Like I said, I have to rush this out because my client should be walking in the door soon. So if you haven't, hit like, share, and subscribe. Go to my Patreon if you want to show further support. any donation is helpful. $1 a month really does go a long way for me. And then if not, if you would like to just make a one-time donation, not like the auto debit thing, you can always go onto my PayPal, and I leave the link down below. Besides that, it was a fucking blast. I'm really excited to get these games to you guys as fast as I did. I think I figured out my my audio quality issue, so hopefully it doesn't sound all nasally like my last video. But besides that, you guys see the points rolling up, and I'm really excited, and I'm really proud that I came home with the Best Painted Award at ESC. Funny story is I went to my family. I have like a group chat on Facebook with my own family, brother, sister, mom, dad, and I go, guys, I won the Best Painted Award, and my mom responds back by saying, oh, that's nice, honey, but can you show us more pictures of your trip in Serbia? It's like, wow, okay, thanks, Mom. Anyways, anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy this, and until next time, take care and peace.